Hey, what's going on, guys? How is it going? And today we're going to be taking a look at Foolzbrave Real Comic Studio, where the previous video that I already reviewed the comics and rated completely 4 out of 10 for looking at itself for something kind of even a little bit worse, but not worse enough because something that the Fool's Brave was absolutely completely kidnap him and bury Cucumber Cookie all the way down bad to his grave. And so he ran away, but sometimes that doesn't going to be make any sense as well, unless this is absolutely for a wildest jokes around here. Do you think this is a bad joker for me as well? But we don't really think this isn't going to be for some sort of ratings for all over in the previous video. I probably seen around of these things as well, but sometimes that completely roast anything, and he might absolutely going nuts since it passed comics of some sort of post of his way. But I never believe this is absolutely pretty that I realize this won't be necessary as an unnecessary thing or necessary like this. Like I probably that I'm started to get speechless overall, and people might started to get brain rot with these comics whenever that is not going to be cost around here, unless for some sort of crackback reference that who eventually drawn for itself was even for some sort of itself really crazy. So let's get started to try to seeing inside of his comic creator. So we're jumping in and see what is going on. So it has, I don't have any save drafts like anything as well, but we didn't preview in this comic creator. There is a whole bunch of characters and it's absolutely underrated a little bit as well. So it was owned by the Hee 169 and made for the Double He 169 made most of the images of the OC owner and of most of the characters. Dev Sisters made some assets like the jellies, and I'm unsure where Cucumber Cookie comes from. And that is not gonna be a little bit alright. And we're going to be started out for these, and starting with characters as well, and could be for his name, wouldn't be that way. Where's this name? And that must be for some spoilers, what I'm not gonna be causing around here. Starting with Gingerbrave. This is related to Dev Sisters made a cookie for only one thing as well. The oldest version wasn't absolutely look like this, but things have started to get a little bit crazy to turn for some sort of really weird, including the cucumber cookie. And there he's mating for around here. He made an oven break version, or the cookie run oven break version of this thing as well. Or it's even absolutely Gingerbrave. Gingerbrave turns into some kind of this and a little bit weird for some kind of a little bit amount of stuff. And finally, for some weirdest designs, for some sort of like these. Completely really weird as well. And although it's absolutely having for his pet, but it's not pretty sure that was inside for some sort of like this, was actually a little bit even disturbing. Unless it was exactly disturbing, such as, for one thing, it was such as werewolf cookie, but I never saw this. What happened that I just never going to be about. As I'll be turning on some spoilers, I won't believe this isn't going to be for one strategy at least. This much he's clean and dirty socks, and probably for some sort of like these things as well. This is a forgotten sock and their pair bottom. There are two different characters. Could be at these and in between clean and dirty. So another one, it could be for an unknown Vortigaunt, which means this is a dread gingerbrave cookie. I mean, a dread cookie could be actually for this thing as well. And even it's made from a username called the Hehe169. This is a little bit weird for itself, but even a little bit scary. Another character could be for round 4, the Skullbrave. Another one is Real Vet Cookie, made by Foldy Cute, or Foldy the Cute, Fold's Liar, could be for round as this. So this is not going to be a little bit telling the truth, but nothing was from Salvations or something. And before we're gonna continue this video, let's go to the Concuba, or like these things as well. This is Concuba Cookie. I'm probably sure this isn't going to be for some sort of this. It's a cucumber cookie. And it was absolutely for this guy, by the way. And even sometimes he just completely died out and completely always burying him on the grave. And I'm not pretty sure this isn't going to be a little bit real though. And it says, I'm unsure who created this character. They were discovered on the wiki page claiming to be about for the Oven Break 2011. But they're not a real cookies. It could be for around here as well. Also, Foolzbrave hates Cucumber Cookie. And probably what is absolutely that I never bought, I would see Aliens Cucumber Cookie. So even that is absolutely going to be for this thing as well. Well, Crockback reference isn't going to be for some sort of like this. That Cucumber Cookie was absolutely being held up for one thing, of course. Unless he was frightened by Foolzbrave, except Gingerbrave didn't knew him for around here. He was at the grave for some times. This is not actually for some sort of a little bit of friend, but I don't really think this is absolutely Foolzbrave's enemy, of course, and it won't be necessary as for the future as this much as well. What is this thing is not gonna be trying to find out. This is absolutely the old-fashioned Oven Break series, but I cannot believe I never seen this. But I'm not pretty sure it wasn't probably exist on the PNG images around the Google search and many more websites such as we possibly wanted to see one. Unless probably that isn't going to be the only one for this thing, but we already talked about here. Let's get another one for to do this as well. So this is the pets of the Oven Breaks. And could be as some sort of this, as the macaron, like some sort of pets. Another one could be for some sort of like this. If you're checking spoilers for the April Fools, but I cannot believe it's looking like this. This is for some sort of Adventure Time reference. This isn't going to be probably like this. And next one is the little mice who got stole anything as well, who stole the alien ship, could be for flying around for this time as well. Another Skullbrave could be even for the Toyas as well. And finally, for some sort of, what is this? Oh my gosh, that was brutal. And another one is the Fool's Liar, and could be for around not anything as well. Probably that must be Foolzbrave's enemy has just gone down bad. And that must be for a blocky version. And probably some sort of a little bit for some sort of sprites. So, all the sprites made by Fool's Liar. They are so real, they are God owned sections. They are also in user submitted sprites action. And probably I never found out for some sort of like this again. And of course we absolutely find out on the user submitted sprites. This isn't going to be for some sort of this. There are more submitted sprites over here. And probably could be for like this. Isn't going to be like that real. And that was totally extremely fake as well. So we got some items. Well, I have looked already. I didn't look for some items as well. That must be containing Skittles and some woods like itself, chocos, like popping a lollipop as well, or some sort of like the unknown popping candy as well. More Skittle balloons and Skittle pit, and some kinds of stuff, boxes, baskets, presents, minecarts, ruined stuff, and some sort of parts of the spaceship as well, and pretty a little bit more. There must be for balloon types, a safe, and some anything as well for some sort of like these exploding things as well. An unknown reel for some kind of stupid. This is absolutely for the Pennywise reference. There's saws, lasers, and probably them as there's no effects for around here except for backgrounds like these, and that is the old oven break version as well. As you can see, the three in the top furthest row are from the Foolzbrave Balloon Popping Adventures. All of the backgrounds under that from the Oven Break 2011. Bottom three backgrounds from the Foolzbrave and the Legendary Birthday Comet. You may not absolutely going to be find this whenever that is really ridiculously so weird. So, starting from the top and to the bottom, we're going to be added for some sort of like this, day and night, and onto the oven, and some sort of like this, for some crazy thing, whenever it's absolutely, it's not going to be inside this. So, let's start something even for some sort of like a birthday cake. Whatever that were just going to be added as well. Turns out I just going to be using some studio crossovers. It took over 3 hours to add it for some studio crossovers from their sprites. Sprites from studio crossovers may not be reason why that they just added some kinds of Angry Birds as well. As we're gonna be looking at the backgrounds, as I'm not even expected around here for to do. And whenever, if I'm going to be using for some user comics, we already reviewed for a lot of comics since last video, that the previous one that I just uploaded as well. But probably looking at these things as well, for nothing except one as well. Added for some kind of Anton Blast reference. And then look at these, and some kind of ridiculously crazy is going on around here. So, even some sort of Anton Blast reference have just absolutely almost taken over around here as well. Some kind of annoying oranges that they added 3 of them, like just the Angry Birds, for some like these guys as well. Terrence is absolutely going after the Skull Crusher, or some sort of like these things as well. But I'm not pretty sure, we didn't remember about this. So that must be for a, like the Crusher as well. I didn't remember for these, and I'm not gonna be to do this as well. So let's go into be concerned with Anton Blast. And this isn't going to be for around here. So that is absolutely for a wrong color or wrong spelling, whatever that I just going to do. So I just going to be clicking here and see the bosses with like the Brow Buster, and for some sort of like this, there's Small Buster, or some sort of like this. This is the Mole Buster, I'm not very sure. The Brow Buster is gonna be fighting against Buttercup. And I wouldn't pretty to do this, like I just gonna be saying this. There's Pierre right next, right here to Terrence, who's going to be battling with this guy. And you might able to be saw this Starcraft from Star Wars. And I didn't mention that there must be a van over here, not an RV. And probably supposed to be for the supplies that are just ready to take them home as fast as they can, because of some kind of mobs has just spawned around here. Because onto the inside of the oven there must be for 2 annoying oranges, 1 on the crazy ugly one, and for the big orange one, and 1 on the scary one as well. Anton Dynamite. The Anton the Diamond, I'm probably sure. Peppino gets chased by Anton the Dynamite Man. And probably for some sort of a fun park, there is the actual annoying orange has just flying all the way to be slingshotted like itself for some sort of like this. And you may not see the mighty eagle. And for some Angry Birds characters, there's Bubbles with a hummingbird. And you might going to be seeing the monster truck over here. And there's Benson for getting chased by a grapefruit for a Jeep as well from a hill climb racing. And this car from Friday Night Funkin'. And probably for some sort of this person from Chili Boys Alliance. And some kind of Top Hat Boys have just encountered her for a little bit one. Unless she's from the Summit Spear, and I cannot believe that we're going to be searching around here. And so, it's not going to be there it goes. So, it's not going to be for around here. And we almost going to be for absolutely getting to right spelling. I already checked out, but once I see these, the cameos will be actually for this thing as well. And probably she was probably afraid with Satan from Anton Blast. Of course, that will be the end of this video from the meantime, whatever that I just going to be saying for this. If you're going to be seeing this before April Fools that I just recorded around of this video, make sure the link is going to be in the description below before it's going to take it down. Unless I have recorded over 15 minutes of this video, and that won't be necessary as I have to. So thanks for watching, for all your support, but don't forget to, the link is going to be in the description below to browse some comics whenever you want. I'll be signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads and comic studio users all later, but perhaps the next time for these things. This will be a little bit plenty to go before I just going to be end the schedulings from my videos of the past, or whenever that it was.